Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So happy you're here today. I'm working on a card for the Connie Fong Challenge. And this little card brings in little rabbit holding daffodil and a sentiment from Connie Fong's Daisy Carrot Bunny Bouquet. Connie Fong's challenges are on her Facebook page and everyone is invited to play along. Just join the Facebook page, and if you don't have any Connie Fong images, there are free ones on the Facebook page. So when you join the page, you'll find that there are free images you can use, and then just join in for a chance to win more images. All right, so let's get on with this card, and let me explain to you what I did. The fun thing about this card that's a little different is actually the background. So let's take a look at this. I brought in a shape and I just brought in a square. So that's over in your shapes panel right here, the panel with shapes in it. And I'm bringing in this square and I'm going to turn it into a rectangle. So I can do that by unlocking the lock. I want it to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that just gives me my card base. Now, I'm going to come in and make another layer, and that's going to be this layer right here. So I bring in another rectangle, bring that in. I want this one to be 4 by 5.25. So that's going to be this yellow layer. And we can come up here to this little black square and just change it to yellow or orange. Now we have one more layer to this card, and that's going to be this layer right here. So again, we just bring in another shape and we just decide how big we want it. I'm just going to freehand this one. And now we have this last layer. I'd like for that one to be white. So I'm going to click the white square and we've got it. Now the thoughts of you make me smile again is from Connie Fong. So I have imported that. If you need help importing sentiments or digis, I have a video that explains that, and I will link that below. I'll also put it up here in your right-hand corner of your screen, so that should pop up here for you. So let's talk about how I actually got this panel done right here. What I did is I brought in these little floral dividers. So I'm going to go ahead and tap one, and that's going to bring me to image info. I tap that and that's the one. So when you go in, you'll probably hit images, which is right over here. You'll tap images and then you can just type in floral dividers and there's a lot of them. So you can choose whatever you like. This is the one I chose. So just to save time, I'm going to choose it again. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say add to canvas. And now here it is. I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller, bring it down here, make it just a little longer actually, and then this is a little bit too long for what I have here. So I can change this by again going to shapes, bringing in another square, and I can just cut this off by extending the rectangle, swiping over both and selecting them and coming over into this panel, coming down to the bottom and left clicking slice. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of this just by deleting it with my key on my keyboard. And now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to change the color on it because I want this to be very, very light. So it barely shows because I'm going to use my Copic Markers and color over it. So I don't really want these lines to show, the black outlines. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to click this black square again. I'm going to come into my lightest gray, go to Advanced, and I'm going to slide this up a little bit further and make it even lighter. And there it is. Now I want to go ahead and duplicate that because I have one going at the bottom and one going at the top. So let's just right click, duplicate, and now here's another one. This one I want to bring back so it's straight up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and say I want that at 270, and that'll get it exactly straight. And then see how the flower is facing out to the left? I want it facing towards the inside of the card. So I can come up here to flip horizontal, and it flips it around. So let's bring this white panel down, and let's go ahead now. Let's collect up these two, swipe over them together. Let's make them a bit smaller. Let's bring this one in right here. Let's bring this one in about right here. Again, I think these are just a little big, so I'm going to do it together because I know they were the same size. Here we go. I'm going to move this one up a little bit, this one down a little bit. Here we are. Now I'm going to take a look at my sentiment and just bring that in. I'm going to move it back to the front. I right click and now I left click, bring to the front. Stick that right there. And now I'm just going to bring this bunny in. Now, one thing that I did with this bunny, and the only thing I did here in Design Space, is I offset the bunny. So I have selected him. I'm going to hit offset. And then I'm going to bring this really close in. So it's a very small. In fact, I'm taking it to 0. And then I'm just going to bump it 3 times with the arrow on my keyboard. And I'm going to say apply. I really don't want black. I would like white. So I'm going to click my white. I'm going to select them both. And I'm going to say flatten. And now he's ready. Why did I give him an offset? Well, he has these little itty bitty, I'm going to pump this up here so you can see. He has these little itty bitty hairs, and when the Cricut goes to cut those little itty bitty hairs, that's going to cut a little bit wonky. It's just not going to look real fine. So if I give him a nice little offset, that'll just protect all that. All right, let's bump back out. Now what I want to do is just kind of set him in, see if I like where everything is sitting. I'm just going to move this down just a little bit here. I'm going to move this back a little. Move this in. And now we're ready. So I'm going to take the bunny back out, swipe over everything with my mouse, and I'm going to flatten it all. And now you can barely see that, but when it prints, you'll be able to see it enough to color it. So let's bring this back up, bring our bunny back. We'll move him back to the front. And our card is ready. This will cut, print and cut. This piece will print, then cut. The yellow orange paper, I'll cut with my paper slicer, and my card blank or card base, I will cut that with a paper slicer. I will cut it 8.5 by 5.5 so that when I fold it, it will become a 4.25 by 5.5 inch card. Okay, I think we're ready to head off to the craft table and put this together, and it is an easy, quick put together. See you at the craft table. So here we are at the craft table. Here's the little piece that I print and cut. You can see that, and the little bunny is all colored up and ready. I'm going to take the orange piece and just center it right in the middle. You'll see that I checked there to make sure I had my card facing the right way. Not that it really matters at this point, but it does when you put the next panel on. I just hold it with the heel of my hand, roll up, and then I'm ready to just tape it in place. sometimes when I just put the tape on and then try to place it, I have so much trouble getting it straight. For some reason, this just works better for me. All right, we're all done with that. Now we're just going to take this bunny and we are going to add some 3D tape. And I did 2 layers of 3-dimensional tape. So you'll see that I just put one big thick strip on there. And now he's going to be ready to sit right on top of that card. I'm going to stick him right in there. There you can get a pretty good shot of the coloring of that floral divider that we used. Really, really cute. Okay, next we're just going to add some gems. And you know, if you watch many of my videos, that when I go to add the gems, we're really at the end of the video. So I wasn't kidding. This is a really quick, easy put together. Thanks so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time. I'm going to leave links below for you of the items that I used, as well as a link for the Connie Fong Facebook page where you can find those digis and join in the challenges. I'll also leave a couple of links for videos that you might enjoy, and you'll see some of those pop up at the end of the video as well. Wishing you a wonderful week. Hope it's great where you are and the weather is wonderful, and I will catch up with you in the next video. Bye.